What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Bluff guy. Hey! Oh, we back again with another One Piece chapter reaction. And I know y'all like, hey, you kind of early with this one. Yeah, changing things up. We gonna start doing scans, reading scans, and then I'm gonna still support the official. I'm gonna still read the official when it drops, and then after official drops, we're gonna do our discussions. But yeah, but before we get into that, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the chapter and what you thought of the reaction. Also, follow me on Twitch so you could get these streams live and you can engage with me in real time. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you join the Discord. That's my community. Best place to engage with me at. You can also send me stuff to react to. But yes, sir, let's get into this chapter. Oh man, now I want to say this. I was potentially, because I haven't read this chapter yet, I was potentially spoiled on something major, and I was a little pissed about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's now maybe it was a fake spoiler. I'm kind of hoping it was a fake spoiler because if it was a real spoiler, it spoils something that we've been waiting on for so long, and it just was spoiled. Like somebody just posted a picture. You know what I'm saying? It was like pretty much a picture of Vegapunk, revealing what Vegapunk looked like. Like nothing. Like the scans haven't even dropped yet, and it was now. I'm hoping it was a fake spoiler, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wait to see what's in this chapter before I get too upset. But if that is the case, I'ma be pretty pissed. I'm gonna be pretty pissed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be pretty pissed about that. It's gonna kind of kill a little of the excitement for me for being spoiled. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get into this chapter. All right, so we got One Piece, chapter 1061, Egghead, the island of the future. Oh, it's already sounding like it has something to do with Vegapunk. Oh my goodness. Hey, if this is related to Vegapunk, I will say this: when we had our last discussion after the last chapter, talking about the future, like the art we're going into. Hey, it was predicted in that video, that stream, that this arc or this island that we're currently at may have something to do with Vegapunk. Oh, I'm not feeling optimistic, bro. I'm not feeling optimistic. But okay, so we get this cover page, Germa 66 Cold Blooded Voyage Volume 19. I think in the official it was Germa 66 Oz or something. A little different. The title was a little different of the cover story. And it says time to escape. Niji and Yanji are free. So we see Niji and Yanji. It looks like they're carrying Caesar, or Caesar's either carrying Caesar or he's like right behind them flying with them. And we got Ichiji right above the three. And then in the back we could see Reiju, aka Beiju. I ain't mad at it. Hey, that mean we're closer to the whole Caesar and Judge reunion, you know. I figured they might have been, maybe Oda was going to skip some time and they was already going to be off the island, but I guess Oda is going to take the steps. He's showing their escape at the moment. So next chapter, it will either be them arriving at the Germa base, or them already being at the German base. I'm not too sure. That's kind of what I'm assuming. But I'll let the story be told. Let's get to it. Okay, so we see Luffy and Chopper being hurled into the wind. And I think it's Luffy. He says, "Who's that?" She just popped out of nowhere. And it says, "Hurtling through the air." And we see Luffy reach out to um Jory Bonnie. That's what it is. Jory Bonnie. Luffy reaches out to Jory Bonnie, and Jory Bonnie is gasping and coughing and panting for air. She was trapped in that little iceberg thingy. And she says, "Cough, I'm saved. Who's there?" And they said, "Where did that where did that monster go?" And then you see her eyes get super wide, and she's looking down, and we see the Sunny, and she says, "It's still below us." And I think it's still Jory Bonnie talking. She says, "Look down," but they're not even paying attention. They said, "Good. She seems safe, but just how far is Luffy going to keep flying?" And then it says, "I think that runt's saying or trying to say something." I think that's what Frankie's saying. And then they said, "She said look down." Okay, and then we see the Sunny go in the middle of the water, and we see like this big silhouette of a creature, kind of like a shark, kind of look a bit like a shark. It got like these big sharp teeth, and it's like bigger than the Sunny itself. It's a big creature, whatever it is. And they're like, "Huh? There's something scary beneath us. Let's scram before it surfaces." Oh shoot! This might be like a invention or something. Like a robot, like a robo shark or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's continue. I don't want to be keep guessing. And then next page. Whatever this little shark thing is, jumps out of the water, but the Sunny is able to evade it, and we hear snap, and they scream, "Ah!" Zoro says, "What the hell is this thing? A shark? No, it's too big, and it's made of steel." And they said, "Hold on tight. It's going to be a rough landing." And then Jinbei says, "Not good. Luffy and the others fell in the sea." And it says, "Frankie, take the helm. Steer the ship over to us. You got it?" Okay, so Jinbei's about to go save the devil fruit wielders. You know what I'm saying? Because we know it's Luffy, Chopper, and Jory Bonnie. They're all devil fruit users. They can't swim. They can't swim. And the Sunny hits the water, and he says, "Ah, kill attachment." And so we see from under the ship a little, I want to say a little propulsion thing. It looked like a fan. It comes from under the ship, and says clank click. So okay, so Frankie done upgraded the ship. Frankie upgraded the ship because I don't think this was there before. Before they had the manual propeller where you gotta kind of crank it, and it was like a pedal, right? It's like a pedal. It was like manual though. But Frankie says, "Rabbit, screw propeller," and then we see the ship propelling through the waters away from the shark. But then we see the shark, and it says beep beep, and it's like targeting the ship. Yeah, we must be at Vegapunk's Island. We gotta be at Vegapunk's Island. And we see it shoot like 2 torpedoes towards the ship. Oh boy. Oh boy. And it's this big explosion from under the Sunny, sending the Sunny into the air. And it says, Kaya! And they said, what was that? And it looks like the Sunny is being like capsized almost. Like we see it going into the air. The Straw Hats are looking like they're about to fall off the ship. And it says, oh crap, we're capsizing. Yeah, exactly. We're capsizing. Yeah, that's definitely not good. That's definitely not good. He says, ah. And you know, this is Sanji. He says, Robin Chan, Nami san. But we see Jinbei rushing off to save Luffy, Chopper, and Jory Bonnet. I keep forgetting her name. And it says, Luffy, Chopper, don't worry, I'm here. Okay, so Jinbei's going to save them. And he says, that noise, it sounded like an explosion. Hang on, you three. We're heading up. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking that this is some Vegapunk stuff right now. You know, we see this like android shark looking thing that has torpedoes, has like an aiming system, shooting torpedoes at the ship. Yeah, definitely looking like we're in the Vegapunk's area. All right, so Jinbei says, Huff, oh my, what a tremendous current. Steering a ship in this is next to impossible. And then we see the shark like opening his mouth with the its cannon. It looked like a cannon face towards Jinbei, Luffy, and Jory Bonnie. And Jinbei says, huh? Bro, this is getting real. It's getting real right now. Getting real deal. Holyfield. We got, let's go. Man, Jinbei says, a cannon. Everyone hold your breath. We're going to dive. And we see Luffy, Jory Bonnie, and Chopper's face. They're like, huff, cough, huff, huff. Here we go. I guess they're trying to take in breaths to go back under water, but you know they almost drowned. So you know, can they really take a breath? Do they even have the energy to take a breath? Jinbei dives underwater, and we just see this explosion. And then we see the Sunny sinking. And Frankie, I think it's Frankie, he says, the waves are too strong. We can't get back up. And the Sunny's sinking. The sharks looking at the Sunny as a sink. Like I guess he's contemplating destroying it. And he has some writing on the side of him. It says NK3. And then on his fin, it looks like there's the number 3 on it. And he says swish, slurp. And he's like licking his mouth. But then we see Frankie in like an underwater suit. Like some underwater cyborg armor. And he looked like he might have punched the shark. Did he punch the shark? I think he punched the shark. Bro, that's dope. Frankie got like a little underwater armor. That's pretty dope. Frankie like Iron Man out here. Next we gotta see Frankie in like a space suit or something. Like Frankie gotta have like some armor for every situation. That'd be dope. But that's dope that he got like an underwater armor, especially since you know they're always around water, and it's the possibility that the ship could get capsized. You know, you might want to have something that can flip it over and get the ship out of the water. especially with the help of Jinbei, it shouldn't be that difficult, right? And it says Vega Force 1. And then it has the number 12. Is that number 12 on the right shoulder? Okay. But I rock with the armor though. I rock with the armor. I wonder if this is just Shogun Frankie with some extra attachments, or if this is like a separate armor to it. You know, if it's like a separate armor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But then Frankie like punches the shark, and he looked like he like blasts through the shark, so he might have actually destroyed the shark. He might have actually destroyed it. I'm not too sure. And then we see Zoro, Nami, Usopp, I think Sanji. I don't really see Robin though. But they're all getting swept up in this current and look like they're all drowning. So what I'm thinking is they're all going to get split up because of this. Like I think they're all going to kind of get lost in the current because we know that this is a very strong current. So I could see them all getting split up because of this. You know. Angel says, "Yo, pretty sure that ain't him." Oh, you mean that? You mean the thing that I said was Frankie? You said you're pretty sure that's not Frankie. Is it not Frankie? Oh, you know what? You might actually be right. You might because it says Vega Force on his armor. It says Vega Force 1. So to me that's saying that I did not catch that. You might be you're right cuz I didn't think cuz I'm thinking that shark, the little robotic shark or whatever. I'm thinking that that's a invention, a creation of Vegapunk, which it still can be. So why would he send one of his? Why would this soldier in this Vega Force One thing be attacking the shark? But you're right though. You're very right. That isn't Frankie. So we cut to a nearby island, G14 Naval Base, and we see Navy HQ Captain Tashigi. She said, "Be good, boys and girls now, or be good, boys and girls now. It's medicine time." And so we see all those giant kids from Punk Hazard that Caesar was experimenting on, and they're still big. So I mean, I guess can't really do much about their size now, but you know, it seems like they're not addicted to the substance that Caesar was feeding them, especially after all this time then passed and you know this treatment that's been going on. I'm assuming that they're not, you know, that they're okay now. And one of the kids says, "I'm only drinking this because Tashigi-san said so." Another one says, "It's yucky." And then another one says, "Blur." And then the little girl, I forget her name, but she was like the little girl who was helping Chopper, I think, back in Punk Hazard. She says, "We've all shrunk quite a lot, haven't we?" Okay, so it seems like they can potentially go back to their normal size. You know, I thought this might have been a permanent thing, but it's it seemed like that, you know, they could go back to their normal size, which is good. You know what I mean? They could fit back into their normal society with their families and everything. You know, eventually go back to their families. But even if they don't, you know, One Piece is a crazy world. So, you know, but at the same time, if they're giants, they could always be targeted, you know, by the world government. Even though they're with the world government now, and so I don't know why the world government would target them later. But you know, if they stay giants, the world government might actually decide to keep them. Might actually decide to keep them. But yeah, so Tashigi says, absolutely, I hardly recognize you, Mocha. And then we see somebody behind Tashigi. She says, Tashigi, have you got a sec? And then we see G-14 Commander Vice Admiral Dahl. Okay, Dahl. We got a new Vice Admiral, a new character. And she says, it's that pest Helmeppo. Can't you do something about him? And then Tashigi says, you know I can't. His best friend's life is on the line. And I'm worried about Captain Kobe too. He's our junior as a Marine after all. Then we see Navy HQ Lieutenant Commander of Sword Helmeppo. And next to him it's Navy HQ Commander of Sword Hibari. Okay, so we're getting another member of Sword. I kind of figured Helmeppo would be part of Sword because, you know, him and Kobe, you know, their connection. Helmeppo says, please, you have to listen. I'm begging you. We're all on the same side, right? And then Hibari says, I second this. You hear? I owe Kobe Senpai. And Kobe got some fans. Kobe got some fans now. And the two say, you have to come with us to Pirate Island, Prince. Please, Prince, we need you. And then we see some guys in the background, like a group of Marines. Navy HQ Rear Admiral of Sword Prince Groose. And I don't know what the other guys behind them names are. But Groose says, Pirate Island, that's Emperor Blackbeard's home turf. We'll be swarmed by pirates if we stick our nose into that beehive. That's why it's called Hachinoso. Hachinoso has something to do with beehives or something? Somebody let me know what Hachinoso means. We got one of them, or Helmeppo is crying, and you see all this snot and stuff running. He says, Egghead's so close to us. Why can't we deploy a Seraphim? And then Gru says, are you crazy? Both of you calm down. At the moment, we can't get a hold of Drake either. We're in no position to act right now. Is that clear? He kind of looked like, I'm trying to think who he looks like. He kind of looked like, I want to say Killer when he was a kid. This Groose guy. Angel says, Mocha from Punk Hazard, legendary character. Or you saying Mocha made you tear up? Nah, you just a crybaby, that's all. There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so we cut back to Luffy's group, and somebody said, how can you not know who I am? I'm part of the worst generation just like you. So this is Jory Bonnie talking. And she says, we were both on Sabaody 2 years ago. And then I'm assuming it's Luffy. He says, oh, you're part of it too? Come on, bro. You know Luffy's not going to remember this stuff. You know Luffy's not remembering. And then Jory says, don't forget we're enemies. And the name's Bonnie. Still, thanks for saving my bacon back there. Don't sweat it, Boogie. Yo, you know Luffy's gonna come up with the little nicknames, bro. Luffy is horrible with names, and he's always gonna create some nickname. But okay, Bonnie looking delectable. Bonnie over looking delectable. And Luffy said, "Ah, it's so cold," and we see him like swinging his. Those his shorts? He's swinging like one of his pieces of clothes, and Chopper is shaking off all the water. And Jory Bonnie says, "Are you seriously an emperor?" So yeah, so they're all pretty much drying off. We see Jinbei in the background behind Chopper. Chopper has his straw hat, and Jory Bonnie says, "What's the deal with your wanted poster anyway? I thought your hair was white now. They made quite a stir about it in the papers, you know." And Luffy says, "Oh, that's just how I look when I'm totally free." It's kind of a weird drawing to Luffy right here. Kind of look like him in his Gear Fifth form, like he's in his normal form, but he's kind of looking like his body, the shape of his body is kind of looking like how it was when he was in his Gear Fifth form. So I guess he's kind of pretending to be in his Gear Fifth form, unless he just transformed and he could have just transformed, but yeah, he's looking like his Gear Fifth form right here. And Jory says, "What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, aren't you worried about the rest of your crew?" And Luffy says, "They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. She. I can't believe you got the Knight of the Sea with you too, bro." Jory Bonnie Bear put some spec on Luffy, bro. She acting like she don't know. She don't know. She don't know. She don't even know it. She don't even know it. Angel says, "Nah, man, what she did was very emotional, especially at her age." Hey, man, hey, if you sensitive, just say it, bro. If you sensitive, just say that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just messing with you, though. I'm just messing with you. All right, so Jinbei says, "Since we're on the subject, what happened to your ship and crew?" Bonnie says, "I came alone. The metal monster back there gobbled up my ship. That reminds me, I'm starving." Okay, Jory Bonnie looking a little, And then Luffy says, "Let's go find a restaurant. I'm hungry too." Chopper says, "Oh, do you have any money on you, Luffy?" And then Bonnie says, "You boneheads don't have a clue, do you? You're not going to find any food joints here. This is a government island. Do I have to spell everything out?" Oh boy. Oh boy. We about to get into some stuff right now. We about to get into some stuff. Yeah. She says, "We're on Egghead, the island that's said to be 500 years in the future. Dr. Vegapunk's research lab is based here." And somebody says, "Vegapunk. I know that name." I don't know if that's Luffy or Jinbei talking. And then Bonnie says, "Vegapunk's the reason I'm here. We've got business." I'm assuming, I'm assuming this has something to do with Kuma, of course. You know, we talked about this in our discussion. Bonnie, would probably be, maybe Kuma sent Bonnie to Vegapunk for Vegapunk to learn something, or for Bonnie to learn something about helping Kuma possibly return to normal or something. I don't know. So then we see that big robot or whatever it is, the one that saved the crew from that big shark, and it has the Sunny in his hands. That's a big robot. That is a very huge robot. Kind of remind me of the robot from. It's like it was like that old movie. I can't remember what that old movie was. Um, it's like a big robot, pretty much. So it's an old, like I want to say a Pixar or Disney movie about this big robot that befriends like a little boy or something. But that's what that robot reminds me of. But yeah, it's bringing the ship out of the water, and we see Frankie with like his eyes are just sparkling. He says, or and then we see Nami, Zoro. You know, they're all watching, and Usopp says, "Giant robot." And then we see Robin. She looks, and also Brooke. And then the person in there says, "Guy, this won't do at all. It's another failure. I wonder why though. Perhaps overriding primal desires is simply impossible." And we see Sanji. He says somebody's coming out, and it definitely looked like a feminine body, right? I'm surprised Sanji ain't able to tell though, because Sanji usually on top of these things. He's usually on top of these things. And then we see the person, and it says, "How utterly vexing." And they got like these goggles on. And Frankie says, "Thanks for saving us, whoever you are." And then she says, "I ordered the mecha shark to scout, report, and fire, but if it keeps trying to eat ships, there won't be anything left to salvage. I must have bungled the programming." And then we see it says, "Forgive me, but did you just say I saved you? Oh, you naive pirates. I work for the government despite my mediocrity. They like to call me their scientific genius. You can call me Dr. Vegapunk." Dr. Vegapunk. And they says, "What?" And so this is the right here, this is the panel that I was spoiled in. I was on Facebook and I was scrolling down, and there was just some One Piece group, some One Piece page just sharing it. Just says, "Oh, here's what Vegapunk looked like." It didn't. It's like no spoiler, nothing. Just here's Vegapunk. Like, come on, bro. Really? You know. And I ain't read the text until I'd already seen the picture. But yeah, Vegapunk is definitely a woman. Definitely. And it says break next week. And it says how unexpected. Okay. Okay. We also kind of get another page where it's like a colored page of uh when Luffy, Jory Bonnie, and Chopper were drawing off. Nice page, nice page, bruh. Okay, so now I want to say I am a little upset because I was spoiled on the whole Vegapunk reveal. Just randomly spoiled. I felt like I wanted to report that group, but I was like, oh my goodness, why? Why do people do this? Like the scans have not even dropped yet, and y'all already just gotta spoil stuff. Like, but man, so that's a good chapter, good chapter. So we start off with Luffy pretty much saving Chopper, saving also saving Jory Bonnie, but they all fall into the sea. Jinbei's like, "Hey, Frankie, take the helm. I'm gonna go save Luffy." Right? So he saves Luffy, Jory Bonnie, and Chopper. But meanwhile, as he's saving them, the ship is being attacked by this big, humongous shark. This big cyborg or android shark. I guess if you want, I'm assuming this is all pure robot. So I'm going to call it a android. It's a shark tries to eat the ship, but the ship moves out the way, but it's still capsized, right? Because they managed to try to flee from the shark, but the shark has these this aiming system, and it shoots these torpedoes at the Sunny, capsizing it, sending all the Straw Hats into the water, and before it can destroy the ship and or eat the ship, the we see another big robot come out of nowhere and destroy this shark, right? At first, I thought it was like a new suit from Frankie, but I should have noticed when I seen the Vega Force one on the big robot. I should have noticed that it wasn't Frankie. It was something to do with Vegapunk, Vega Force, of course. But it destroys the shark. And then we end up cutting to the G14 base, where we got all the kids that were in Punk Hazard, all the giant kids, and we cut the them pretty much getting their medication, and I they shrunk. You know, they've been shrinking. I guess they're going back to their normal size, which is good because then maybe they can go live normal lives with their family after they shrink to their normal size. Possibly. That's if they're able to even shrink to their normal size. But we also get Helmeppo and a new character called Hibari, who's also a sword member, and they're begging the HQ Rear Admiral Prince Groose, who's also sword. They're begging him to go save Kobe from Blackbeard's island, but he's like, bro, we can't do nothing about that. Like, as soon as we step foot on that island, we're pretty much screwed. You know, it's too many pirates there. You know, that's their home turf. We can't do nothing. So, yeah, of course they can't really do nothing about it at the moment. But maybe this may lead to something to where, you know, since they're pretty close, HQ or G14 is close to the island that Luffy is currently in, and we know where Luffy is and his group is at the moment. Maybe they'll link with the G14 and go save Kobe, possibly. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting out a scenario out there. You know, just seeing the fact that they're so close to where Luffy is, maybe Helmeppo reaches out to Luffy if he learns where Luffy is. You know, he even said, Egghead's so close to us, why can't we deploy a Seraphim? Maybe Helmeppo might end up running the Egghead Island, running into Luffy, and that's what he tells Luffy about Kobe, and you know, Luffy end up deciding to go to Hachinosu Island. But I don't know how that would work if Luffy goes there and meet Blackbeard so early. You know, because I'm looking at like that might come more. Blackbeard and Luffy might have their meeting at Laugh Tale, right? That's what I believe. So yeah, so we cut back to Luffy and his group, and they're pretty much drying off. And Jory Bonnie's like, "Hey, you're emperor now. Like, what's up with that? You know, you have white hair. What's up with that?" And they're just kind of discussing things, and they're asking her, "What happened to your crew? What happened to your ship?" She says, "My ship was destroyed. I'm pretty much here alone, right? I'm here to meet Vegapunk. You know, I have business with Vegapunk. I personally think that might have something to do with Kuma, but that's something we'll have to discover later. You know, we'll have to talk about later, right? But I definitely do think that has something to do with Kuma. Maybe Bonnie and Kuma talked a bit, right? And like, look, I'm gonna help you. Send me to Vegapunk's island. Send me to where Vegapunk's island is so I can help you, right? I'm thinking that may be the case, or maybe Kuma wasn't even thinking, and that's where he sent her. I don't know, or maybe Kuma sent her somewhere close, and she went out on her own because she did say she had a ship, right, and the ship was destroyed by that shark. So if that's the case, maybe she wasn't sent to that island. Maybe she was sent somewhere else, and she ended up traveling to that island. Now that I think about it, if she did have a ship, that makes more sense that she was sent somewhere else, and she ended up traveling to Vegapunk's island. You know, because if she was just sent there, why would she have a ship when Kuma just sent her there? But I don't know. That's something we'll have to figure out a little more later. Right. So we've learned that the island that they're currently on, and the island that's also Vegapunk's base, the island that they said is said to be 500 years into the future, it's called Egghead Island. You know, telling by the picture, it do kind of look like a big egg on the top of it. I mean, you don't really see the full island in detail, but you kind of see like this thing on the top where it's like it kind of looked like Saturn, but it also looked like it's the shape of an egg a little bit. So, because it has like a ring around it, but then it has like a egg shape uh globe in the middle of the ring, right? So yeah, so we learned that the island that they're on is Egghead Island, and then we cut the back to Vegapunk, or we cut back to this big robot, right, which is holding the Sunny, and of course, Frankie's super excited. It's a big robot, Frankie's Frankie being the cyborg he is, and a scientific genius that he is. He's impressed. Usopp's impressed in a different way, kind of how Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper always get super excited when they see stuff like big robots and ninjas and stuff that boys tend to get excited for. So the person that a person comes out of this big robot, and it's a woman, of course. We learn that this woman is Vegapunk. So we finally get the reveal of Vegapunk. And they thank her, they say, "Hey, thank you for saving us." And she was like, "Look, I didn't save you. I ain't save you. That shark was about to destroy the ship. I want the ship. I don't care about you. I just want the ship. I just had to make sure the shark didn't destroy the ship, and I was able to salvage it, because that shark is flawed, and I'm pissed off that the shark is flawed and doesn't listen to the programming, because the shark was about to destroy the ship. So Vegapunk pretty much had to stop the shark, but she was not concerned about pirates. She even said, "Look, I work for the world government. I'm not concerned about you pirates, y'all. I created that shark to specifically kill you guys, not save y'all. Like, I wasn't there saving y'all. I was saving the ship that I want." So yeah, we get the reveal of Vegapunk. Shocking, but hey, I'm not mad at it. It was never said Vegapunk was a man. It was never said that. So I think I kind of like the fact Oda went this way. It exceeded it, or it curved expectations. It curved expectations of what we would have believed Vegapunk was. But great freaking chapter. Great freaking chapter. And Angel said, because the people of his home island call him a boy and Dolphy call him an old man. Oh, okay. Are you talking about Vegapunk? How we assume Vegapunk. What if Vegapunk knew Ivankov though? What if Ivankov turned Vegapunk to a woman? You know? Or what if this Vegapunk that we see is just a cyborg? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Vegapunk has like little cyborgs, like different looking cyborgs. I don't know, But good point. He said because the people of. He said that's why I wonder how true her words are. And you know something I just noticed. You made that point, Angel. Like if you look at the clothes that Vegapunk is wearing, it says Punk 02. Punk 02, right? So it doesn't say like Punk 00 or Punk 01, meaning you would be the primary Vegapunk. It's like the second Vegapunk, right? Like why does if this is the main Vegapunk, why does it have Punk 02? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, why do it have Punk 02? I'm curious. Is this the real Vegapunk? Is this a clone? Because the the best way to really flex how smart Vegapunk is to have clones, right? Kind of like if you ever watch One Punch Man, there's the one scientist he got like a bunch of clones of himself. Bruh, good point. That might be Vegapunk, but it just might be a clone of Vegapunk. What I'm thinking. Um, and the angel says, and it says she sounds like an old timer, which is probably why Sanji couldn't tell. True, true, true. Again, maybe it's just a clone and it's the real Vegapunk talking through this clone. I don't know. It could be a cyborg, but it could also be a clone. I don't know. You know, it could be either one, but the main point I'm getting at is this probably isn't the prime Vegapunk. This might not be the original Vegapunk. Cause when you think about it, Vegapunk, him being a scientist, he's probably too busy creating stuff to be going out in the ocean, moderating what's going out and what's going on around, right? Like he might not be able to, or you know what I mean? Because based on this, he, she. But if this isn't the real Vegapunk and Vegapunk is indeed an old man, he may not have the time to go out monitoring what goes on the shores of the island, you know. So this could be either like a clone or a cyborg. And I would think Vegapunk would probably be older as well. You know what I mean? And this looked like a young woman. So, if this is true, I would be happy because again, I was spoiled. I was spoiled on this whole reveal that we got. I was spoiled on it. Some stupid Facebook page just wanted to just all willy nilly post parts of the chapter that the scans didn't even come out yet, and it just wants to irresponsibly just post it and just here's Vegapunk. Here's Vegapunk's reveal. Like, goddamn idiots, bro. Oh my goodness. Shit just pisses me off right there. But if just to give some credit, if it is a younger woman that talks old, right? It kind of plays into this idea that Vegapunk is ahead of his time or her time, right? Because the island is said to be 500 years into the future. So if she talks ahead of her time, right? Like she talks older than what she is, and like her science is ahead of what it is, it kind of plays into that. And if you think about it, Vegapunk, like the reveal didn't get an official Oda box. Like now that I think about it, you know how when Oda introduces a character, it didn't say it didn't we didn't get an Oda box like that. Like an introduction of a character Oda box. Like we never got that. She just says you can call me Vegapunk. Like she didn't say I am Vegapunk. She says, like I'm reading it right here. It says they like to call me their scientific genius. I mean, I guess, just kind of based off what she said earlier, or right before it, she said, "I work for the government despite my mediocrity. I work for the government despite my mediocrity." That's kind of a weird statement, seeing how like you know the stuff that she creates is not mediocre, right? They like to call me their scientific genius. And she says, "You can call me Dr. Vegapunk." I mean, kind of the introduction before it kind of, maybe not so much, but saying you could call me Dr. Vegapunk. I don't know. I don't know how to take that. Because she didn't say, I am Dr. Vegapunk. Well, I guess Dr. Vegapunk, she would say, I am the real name. Because Dr. Vegapunk isn't really a name. That's just like Doctor is the title. And then Vegapunk is the last name. So, I mean, I guess that I'm looking too much into that. But it says Punk 02. If you're the only Vegapunk, why do you have a number on your chest? Like you're not the original. Usually when Oda introduces like just going back into the earlier in the chapter, right? The Naval HQ Rear Admiral Prince Groose and the Naval HQ Commander Hibari, two new characters that we've never seen. Even G14 Commander Vice Admiral Dahl, like all these characters, new characters that we've never seen, they all got Oda boxes. Vegapunk didn't get an Oda box. Vegapunk did not get an Oda box. You know what I'm saying? Vegapunk did not get an Oda box. And it also says Punk 2 and not Punk 1 or Punk 00. Like if you see Punk 00 or Punk 1, that kind of implies that you're the original. You're the first, right? Punk 2 though, second. So yeah, y'all, that is the chapter. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Comment down below what you thought of the chapter. What did you like? What did you dislike? What did you like about the stream? What did you dislike about the stream? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch so you can engage with me in real time as I do these reactions and these read-throughs and all that. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And make sure you come be a part of the community. Join the Discord. All of these will be in the description box below. Make sure you're a part of it. And yeah, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Peace.